Okay, today and for part 5 of this project, we are going to take a look at some organizational constraints. What are they and how can they lead to counterproductive behaviors? For the sake of this project, we are going to look at some constraints that are in place in a group of charter schools that I have been a part of. And overall, the counterproductive behavior is that the children are not receiving the level of education that we want them to receive. So let's go through some of the constraints and how these could possibly be fixed a little bit. First, job-related information. The charter schools have a new curriculum, which is awesome, but it is also different from any curriculum that the teachers have ever seen. So there is so much information given to the teachers right at the beginning of the year that they are unable to process it in an effective way to teach their students. It should be introduced in a more scaffolded way for the teachers. Next, budgetary support. Teachers from all schools have to pull a lot of money out of pocket to be able to fund their own classrooms. And we need more budgetary support so that the teachers are able to actually afford to give the children the education that they need. Next, required support. A lot of these teachers have children with severe special needs in their classrooms, and they are not given the support that they need to be able to effectively integrate those children into the classroom. Time and materials. The teachers are not given the amount of time that they need to improve the materials that they've been given, and they're not given fixed materials up front. So there's just a big, huge deficit in the ability to produce good materials for the children. Required services and help from others. It's very hard to match up with the special ed teachers because there's so few of them compared to the number of students that need their services. So students are being pulled out of very important parts of the day to be with the special ed teachers. Test preparation. The teachers are not prepared enough to deal with all of the behavior issues that they're given in the classroom. But on top of that, they're expected to have a very high level of education. And when you're managing behaviors, it's very hard to have that high level of education at the same time. Time availability. This has to do with also the amount of time that teachers are given in between things. So the kids are so packed full of scheduled things, and especially testing. They're expected to be tested once a week individually on reading and math. And when you're doing that once a week, that's taking up like 2 full class days. So there's basically only 3 days left to actually be effectively teaching these kids. The work environment is really difficult just because you have so many teachers with so many different backgrounds, and the culture has to kind of take second place to the amount of work that needs to go into producing this curriculum and helping make everyone on the same page. Scheduling of activities, just between Christmas pageants and all of these elaborate things that they want to do to show the school off to the community, which is important. It's very hard to schedule things that the kids actually enjoy, one, and that two, are effective for the children's education. Transportation. The buses would get there right before class started, but a lot of these children had not had breakfast yet. So the bus would get there after the time when the kids could have breakfast, but a lot of these kids haven't eaten since dinner last night. So it made for a very, very rough morning, which was a lot of times one of the only times that we actually had the kids for a significant amount of time. And job-related authority. There was just a lot of differences between the teachers in the classroom who saw the reality of what it was every day and the administrators who saw the end vision and what they really wanted. And there was just a really huge lack of communication of the possibilities between those two things.